All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us in the Creme 2 Stream Room. I am Laura Papetti, and I am sitting next to Casey and Ben with Solnix, the owners. It is a well-known, I think a very well-known, not only bike shop, but skiing and boarding as well. But also, I think fair to say, one of the centers of the biking community. And so we appreciate you being in the stream room with us today.
Thank you for having us.
You're actually here for a very special reason and something we really want to focus on. I believe most people now are likely aware we have had a devastating fire here in the Spokane area, Beacon Hill out into Spokane Valley, that not only devastated homes and now also potentially a life as well, but now we're talking about some of the biking trails as well, which were decimated in the fire, which is uh, heartbreaking for the biking community. So we're talking about how that community, the biking community and the greater community as a whole, can help support those so impacted by the fire. And you two are spearheading an effort. So thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
All right, let's talk first, and then we'll get into the
Sure.
fundraiser that you're going to be hosting Tuesday. The fire breaks out. Um, you're part of that community.
Yeah, immediately I got a response on my phone because I have a app that sends me alerts.
Mhm.
And so it started right in Camp Sakani where we do all of our biking. And so I was like, "Oh no, this is terrible. What about all of our trails?" And then it took about 2 seconds to recognize the winds were out of control and beyond our bike trails were a bunch of homes, and it was like, oh, perspective, right? Like, bike trails are awesome, it's where we spend all of our time, but people's homes is a different level.
Bike trails realistically can be easily replaced. I shouldn't say easily, it takes work, but it can be
Yeah.
replaced. And homes, as we know, can be replaced, but there's so much to a home that when you have a devastating fire, it takes everything. And it takes your kids' toys, it takes your pictures, it takes your mementos from your wedding. There's so much that it takes from you. And then you have no place to go at night
Well, and
or
this
put your head
fire
down.
seemed like it went from 1 acre to 20 acre in a matter of minutes. And the alert that got sent to my phone, I'm not in the area, but I think because I'm there a lot, it sent it to my phone and it was a immediate level 3 get out. And so it was a shock.
It's
And
dread.
I thought, the people who were in that situation that were in actual danger, they didn't have time
No.
to gather. It was like, get your pets, get your kids, and get out.
It's we were reporting it. It was at an acre, and then they came back and said 10 acres or whatever it
Yeah.
was. And within minutes, it was this. And then we watched it because, of
Yeah.
course, cameras everywhere were watching it, and you could see it pushing towards homes.
Yeah.
And you just know that that moment, these people are finding out. I, I need to run.
Yeah.
So devastated that community. And then, of course, as the hours went by and days went by, discovering that homes destroyed, and lives just, people upended in a moment's notice. And you wanted to right away do something about that, which we applaud and here to talk about that so we can support that effort. So tell me a little bit about the plan to help folks and how people can get involved.
So we had an event planned for this Saturday, tomorrow.
Already on the
Already on
calendar.
the calendar, and it is in its 11th year. It's called Spokatopia.
Right.
It is a celebration of the outdoors. It's a celebration of mountain biking in particular, and it's a really good time. We have a lot of vendors come. We have mountain bikes where people can demo and try and ride and appreciate an amazing resource that we have so close to us. Beacon Hill is very unprecedented for access to amazing trails within minutes of really anywhere in town. So Spokatopia was planned to happen tomorrow. Unfortunately, it was really clear really quick that we were not going to be able to hold the event. We hold the event in the meadow at Camp Sakani, and it just wasn't possible. And so the initial instinct was, we're canceling it,
Right.
and we'll move on to something different. And after having customers come in and many people reach out and say what's going on, we had volunteers lined up, we have vendors lined up, it was clear that we weren't going to do the event, but we needed to do something to support the community, certainly the biking community, but also those people who were affected and homes were lost. Like, that's the first and foremost concern. And so we rallied the troops and pivoted away from holding a demo event to let's try to do a fundraiser. We have connections within the community, and we know people who can help us out. And so we're going to do a big jumbotron at the shop.
Okay.
We talked about doing other locations, and it just wasn't feasible. There wasn't enough time. So we're going to do a big jumbotron at the shop. We're going to have food there. We're going to have mountain bike movies. We're going to be grilling burgers and dogs, and any proceeds from the event will be donated to those affected. So we've decided that the Red Cross is the best vehicle locally for donations to go to. So Casey has set up a direct link to have payment go to Red Cross. And
Yeah.
there will be, for Spokatopia, there is always a fundraiser for Evergreen Mountain Bike Alliance. Evergreen Mountain Bike Alliance, for those that are unfamiliar, are the crew, the nonprofit that does everything mountain bike. They build our trails, they maintain our trails, they make sure that access is there. Not just Beacon Hill, not just Camp Sakani, but Mount Spokane and Saltese Flats and Micah Peak and all of these other areas within our region. And so normally we do a fundraiser for them, but our partners, Evergreen Mountain Bike Alliance, they've agreed to donate all of those proceeds that would have gone to them for trails to Red Cross as well.
Okay, so I want to point something out. That first of all, thank you. I'm personally and professionally a fan of the Red Cross, and I last night when I was talking about this, I was like, I wonder where the proceeds are going. It doesn't matter as long as it gets to where it
Yeah.
needs to go. But I know they're such good stewards of money. They're the ones who react in a crisis situation, and so they are able to react. So the money that's raised then is able to go to make sure that whatever they need to do, they've got.
And it's a quick, easy, just like scan
Yep.
with your phone. So it's not like
Easy.
you have to have cash on you. It's not like
Love
there has
that.
to be a lot of like transferring of funds. Like it's just going straight from your bank account to theirs. And
Easy.
then
Yep.
they're doing what needs to be done.
And whatever you can give, right? Right. We get it. It's expensive right now. We know people are taxed. And so, what I love about that is there's no minimum. It sounds like you can just give what you
Yeah.
can, which I love. I also love that another nonprofit was willing to say, okay, this is we're in crisis right now,
Yeah.
and our community needs something. But we'll continue and maybe look forward to talking about Evergreen more in the future as well, because I'm surrounded, it seems like, mountain bikers here in the Creme community, and everybody knows Evergreen. If you're a mountain biker, that's who supports that community so
Absolutely.
well. Okay, so let's talk about the event itself. First of all, I love that you have a community, and really mountain biking in general seems like it really they're a group that sticks together.
They are. Every time someone walks into the shop, you immediately know, like, these are our people. They like to be outside. They like to explore. They like to adventure and do fun things. So every time they come in, it's like a friend you haven't met yet.
I love that. And so you're going to just make it a fun day where people can come out, be together, and really support, the community where this is so impacted. Like you said, Camp Sakani is where you've recreated. It's where
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
join together. It's such a cool place. If people and Beacon Hill, if you're a mountain biker, to have access like that, I am told over and over, is just mind blowing. But 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 that said, that whole area are your people.
Yeah.
And so you felt really compelled and moved to do something for them. What is that about? Like, you don't necessarily know the people who lost the house, but you felt compelled to do something. Why?
You know, uh, I think all of us have been in a situation where we have thought, like, what if a fire came? And last summer we were pretty close to the Oregon Road fire, and we had that scare that was like, okay, get everything that you need packed up, put it by the door, find the cat, figure out,
Mhm.
how we're getting out. Are there other ways in case the roads get blocked? And it's a feeling where you walk through your home very quickly and think, what is really important? And what does my insurance cover? And I think you recognize quickly that insurance covers the structure, maybe, but it's not going to replace all of the things inside. And when you start calculating the cost of dishes and couches and just like basic necessities, I think that you recognize like insurance doesn't cover all of that. And some people don't even have insurance. So uh to be put in that situation, and right now there's a ton of people that are just displaced. They just can't go back to their homes. So you're talking about like refrigerators full of food that are, it's just
Gone.
going bad. Yeah. And the cost of that for those people, I just think, um
Yeah.
We had a customer yesterday come in who had a bicycle getting worked on at our shop, and he lives in that area. He's just a couple streets down from the homes that were lost. And his home, thankfully was okay. But he mentioned to me, he said, it's not just the homes that were lost, it's also the whole neighborhood. There's retardant that is
Everywhere.
oversprayed everywhere. There are a lot of other implications to, he mentioned, the power had been off and then he doesn't know, he hasn't been able to get back. So food, and luckily they were able to get their animals out. But the thing about Sakani and that area is it's a unique spot because it is a city park on county property
Mhm.
that also overlaps with a lot of private land.
Mhm.
And those homeowners, or a lot of those private landowners in that area, allow access to those who are hiking, who are disc golfing,
Yeah.
who are mountain biking. And so, it's a tragedy in so many different ways, but oftentimes we take for granted the access that we have. And I think it's a really good example of the county, the city, private landowners working together to make something really accessible for the community.
Always a
And
good
we,
reminder of what people can do together,
yes,
right?
yeah,
what we
Like,
can do
yeah.
together when we work
so much
together
greater.
and we have the right mindset. And in a world that is often divided, it's really nice to see to be just overcome all of our differences and come together and say, these are people, they need help, let's do it.
And you talked to the insurance issue. We were talking about that in my family last night. We've had a fire in our home, and it did not destroy our home, but we were displaced. And you talk about insurance, and everybody says, "Oh, well, insurance." First of all, if whether or not you have it, and then how much it really covers, and what it really covers, and it can take months
Yeah, the
and years
process.
to do things. And so we need to remember that, as you said. In the meantime, when you have a crisis happen to you, sometimes the best thing you can do is go home at night and lay your head down and go, okay, at least I'm safe in my house.
Yeah.
Well, they don't have that option, right? If they have lost their home or if they're displaced, even if their home is okay, they're still displaced. So, just a reminder that we all, like you said, in moments of crisis, think, okay, I don't want to imagine it, but I can think, boy, for a second, what that must feel like. And you really can't even till you walk through it, but it's devastating. And so many kids are involved. And also when homes, and we saw this in Oregon Road and other fires, when it devastates a community, they lose connections with their friends and, neighbors that would normally be together into something or really help something. Now we're dealing with this. So, all right, let's talk specifically about the event. Give all the hard details and how people can help, because maybe everybody has an hour this weekend, and they're looking for ways, right, to engage,
Yeah.
not just to give, but to engage with the community. How do they do it?
So for this event, it
Hmm.
will be at the shop Saturday the 20th,
Hmm.
tomorrow. This is Friday. From 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. is when we plan on officially holding the event. The shop will be open at 10 a.m. We'll be there. We'll be getting set up. Of course, we will share the link to donate to this specific
Okay.
fundraising effort,
Effort.
but anyone can donate to any of those people who are looking to help. So it's not just through us. Any way you can get involved, please do. This event's going to be super fun. There will be mountain bike films that we're playing that will be across the historical spectrum of mountain biking. We've come a long way over the last 30 to 40 years for those mountain bikers. Cycles have improved drastically, and the riding styles have changed. We will have burgers and dogs that we're grilling up. We have food vendors who have decided to donate the proceeds of their food sales to the Red Cross as well. So it'll be burgers, fries, there'll be some Cubans. There's going to be a couple other options who will be coming. We will be doing raffles for prizes. So you can get raffles by donating, raffle tickets by donating. Pivot is donating, Pivot Bicycles. Oakley is donating. Let's see, there's a whole bunch of other prizes, Race Face. We had a bunch of prizes lined up for Spokatopia, and we want to give those away still. And so we're going to give them away to people who are there and who are donating and
So really
excited to be
quickly,
there.
we've got Benchmade, Pivot Cycle, Skull Candy, Race Face, Sharpshooting here in Spokane, Spokane Outdoor and Drive-In Movies, Fun Flicks. They're the ones that are going to be putting on the big
The big screen,
Jumbotron.
love it.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people reach out and just want to do anything. And then again, Evergreen East are going to be setting up a beer garden. And so anything that's donated for beer is going towards this relief effort. So hopefully we're going to make a lot of money and actually help people out.
How does it feel? I do think in crisis, a lot of us feel, myself included, um, you feel like you want to do something, but sometimes you can't, or you don't know what to do. How does it feel to be helping, knowing that your community will be helping the community that you love?
I think it feels amazing.
Yeah. I think that this is a unique opportunity that we already had this date holding and as a placeholder to do something. And so it's like, do you move the event to a different location? That sounds super insensitive, and we're all just going to be there thinking like, oh man, it would have been somewhere else, and now it's on fire. Like, that's terrible. So it's a unique opportunity for us to utilize this date and make a difference. So hopefully we can.
One of the things when we started talking about this last night, talking to you, it was really clear they really want to talk about helping families, because that's like you said, other things can be replaced.
Yeah.
Families need to be supported, and
Yeah.
there are families, there are community. So I love that. I do want to just touch on briefly, you are very emotionally connected to Camp Sakani, Beacon Hill. It's what it sounds like. It's not only your livelihood, but your passion.
Yeah.
I don't think you open the mountain biking store and not love to engage in it and be part of it. As somebody who spends time in the outdoors, like the access we have here for different engagement opportunities, to me is just unmatched, right?
Yeah.
Um, what do you see in down the road once families are taken care of, and how is in the rebuilding effort and being part of that? Is that on your mind yet? Can you really
I
take
mean,
that forward?
the like trail building in and of itself is like hard, sweaty work.
It's labor.
It is labor. You're digging, you're sore after, and the camaraderie that you build with the group. So I was able to join in with the Biking Betties, and we built a trail that was an all women built trail. And the pride that you feel when it's done, and we say, okay, this is it, ladies, let's go and ride it. And just all together, like, the feeling is so awesome. I can only imagine what it's going to be like when we all get back there and survey the situation and figure out what needs to be done, and then everybody joins in to take action. It is a community. So, yeah.
I think that, Solnix as a business, as a shop, is not just a mountain bike shop. It is an outdoor adventure shop. And so even though you, Laura, have not yet mountain biked, you are out in the outdoors.
I don't know if you would want to see that, but we'll talk more about that off
I
camera.
do want to see it. I do want to see it. But we often, whether it be Sakani or another trail system, it's easy to show up to a trail and to ride it and then go home from that trail without realizing all of the effort
Mhm,
in a myriad ways that thing came to be.
mhm,
So we want to support Solnix, our family, those people who work with us and around us in any different way. It's the mountain employees during the winter. It's the ski patrol.
mhm.
It is the lift operators. It's all of those people that keep access to the outdoors open and available and make it easier for us. This happens to be particular to mountain biking, but it's any of those groups. The Spokane Mountaineers we work closely with. Bikes Are the Answer, who get children onto bicycles.
Mhm. Which I
It
love.
is the Spokane River Keepers, who keeps our beautiful, amazing resource of the Spokane River clean and worry about it. It's Evergreen East. There are so many different organizations that give us access and improve access to those things that we love, whether it be hiking or fishing or mountain biking or skiing or snowboarding. And that's who we are thinking about. For this, it's the people affected, but it's really in our mind, our shop's goal is to get people outside, get them enjoying the resources that we have. Spokane is amazing. It is, I've been all over. Spokane has some of the best access to the outdoors anywhere. So I think that personally for me and for Casey, I guess I'll speak for you in this regard.
We'll see.
Uh,
Depends on what you're saying.
Getting
Yes.
people outside and getting people enjoying an activity, whatever that activity is. If you're disc golfing, that is awesome. I love seeing the disc golfers out at Sakani. I love seeing people hiking. I love seeing little kids pointing at squirrels and deer
Yep.
that are out there. It doesn't matter. Enjoy the outdoors, enjoy the beautiful city that we live in, and help those people when they need it.
Yep. I think that's what makes, I believe that as part of our mantra here with Crim Cares and our outreach. I believe that. I believe that's what community is all about. I believe exactly what you're doing is what we all should be helping with. So we are here today telling everyone Solnix, Saturday, the 20th. 4 to 8 o'clock. If you want to go earlier, chat with them. They'll give you the scan so you can do that. We'll be putting it up here as well. So if you get a chance to support, or in whatever way you choose to support those impacted by this fire, thank you. Just thank you for being a great community. And then here's a promise. We will be back here again at some point in some fashion. Creme 2 will sign on in some way to down the road when it becomes appropriate and there's time, we will help get the message out about rebuilding those trails because I know how important they are firsthand. And I'll promise on behalf of Mark Hanrahan, he'll be talking about it. He loves to bike. And when we were watching the fires, number one concern is always loss of life potential. And there has been, we believe, some of that. And so obviously that's the most devastating. And then watching people lose their homes, there's nothing that can really that gives you different perspective when you start watching that. But down the road, we will certainly be on board with whatever Solnix and the rest of the group, biking group does. All right. Thanks for being with us here in the Creme 2 stream room, Creme 2 Plus room, I guess. And thank you to Solnix, to both of you, Ben, Casey.
Thank
Best
you.
of luck. We hope everyone comes.